Hi everybody, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
And this is our review of
RUSE. See, this game's about Giancarlo, a steampunk.
Steampunk. I see what you did there. A steamed punk. I see what you did there. You ruse me. You see what I did there?
Yeah, no. I would rather not ruse you. RUSE is a storytelling game that makes players take on the role, literally, of various characters suspected of murder. Accusations will fly, so best have a solid alibi handy. In the box you'll find a deck of playing cards altered to include name and type, 6 bookmarks for each character with a quick description, 6 double-sided portrait tiles for each characters, 3 deck boxes to store your components in, a bonus novella with chapters for each character for an in-depth look at them, and a bonus game comprised of 5 dice and 7 white discs. Make sure you have your alibis covered and don't be caught with a motive, method, and opportunity, or you'll be convicted of murder and lose the game.
To set up, choose or randomly determine which player plays which character. Give them the portrait tile with the colored side face up. You can also, if you want, place the bookmark underneath it with the text showing and read it out loud for the other players. Yes, acting the part is strongly recommended. An unchosen tile will represent the murdered victim for the game. Place it near the middle of the table with the black and white side face up. This will be useful to remember the victim's name and incorporate it in the story. Now take all the cards, shuffle them, and deal 5 to each player. Place the remainder in the center to form the draw pile, flip over the top one to form the discard pile, and you're now ready to play innocent and start the accusations.
Before we get into how a turn is played, let's take a look at the cards. These are standard poker cards, including the 2 jokers. However, 2 of the suits will be used for alibis, the blue crystal and the green gas lamp, while the other 2 suits are used to accuse other players, the red gear and the purple pistol. The latter are also broken down into 3 types: motive, method, and opportunity. Much like a real crime, you need to have all 3 of these to prove who the murderer is. Which brings us to gameplay.
At the beginning of your turn, draw a card from the top of either the deck or discard. Then you must do one of these actions: make an accusation, reveal a joker, provide an alibi, cover up evidence, or discard a card. To make an accusation, you will play a red gear or purple pistol card on another player, while storytelling how that character and that card are intertwined. Everyone knows Major Norman is a big game hunter, and poor Lacey von Brandevine was found dead with a bullet wound. Looks like it easily could have been shot out of a clockwork rifle. Taking the clockwork rifle, you place it in front of the character you accuse, and in this case, the player playing Major Norman. You can only accuse a player that has accusation cards with cards of the same suit, unless they have none. And you can't play a same type card on them if they already have it. Basically, no mixing of red and purple, and no doubling up on opportunity, method, or motive.
If a player was lucky enough to get a joker, he can choose to move a card from one player to the next. Again, for accusation, the rules must be respected. If ever you feel too much heat on you, you can choose as an action to play an alibi that supports your claim of innocence. To do so, a player must play a blue or green card that matches the value on the card. These usually go in tandem with the same valued card text to facilitate the storytelling. For example, the out of fuel alibi card goes extremely well with the steam-powered clockwork gluon. Now, if you're stuck and have 3 evidence with you and no alibi, fret not. You can take the cover-up evidence action. To do so, flip your character tile over to its black and white side. Take one of your cards incriminating you and discard it face up underneath the discard pile. You still will need to discard one of your cards. Be warned though, that this is a one-shot game use. Why do you think your character looks so worried now? Lastly, if you can't play any accusation cards on others or alibis for yourself, you simply discard a card. First one to get all 3 evidence cards against him and can't get rid of any by the end of his turn loses the game.
First off, I want to mention how this game is rich in details. Little details like the one-shot use of covering up evidence with the worried look the characters get knowing they almost got caught, to deck boxes which easily stores the cards, tiles, and the solo dice game show there was thought put into RUSE. But more importantly, what it does extremely well with the details is how they incorporated them in the game to facilitate the storytelling mechanic that other games of its genre sometimes struggle with. They added short character descriptions to the bookmarks to get into the role quickly, and have alibi card texts that are specific to go with their same valued accusation cards to quickly move the story along. There's no awkward timing on when playing cards compared to other similar games, and really made it easy for anyone to join in. Obviously, getting the right people to play the parts makes the game really fun, but that's a double-edged sword, as playing with people that don't get into it dramatically, or lack of, really changes the game experience. The fun factor of the game is dependent on this. There's some slight strategic plays you can make, as in one game I was the only one to have red colored accusation cards, while the others all had purple colored accusation cards, and I felt the other players were ganging up on me, which can happen a lot, be warned. But to alleviate this situation, I played an alibi on another player's single card, clearing his board, and eventually another player placed a red accusation on him, reducing myself as a target. But mostly, it's based on luck. And that's not a bad thing for this type of game. I mean, it's light, fun, casual, and it doesn't really matter who wins or loses. You can see this by the lack of a specific winner. Components are good, we really love the art all the way to the jokers, and they've nailed the theme and jar. In terms of replay value though, I mean, how many times can a steam-powered clockwork golem run out of fuel? Still, if you have the right group and want to get into a role and have some light laughs, check out RUSE. It should be getting 7 out of 10, but we're also giving a bonus half point for the bonus game and novella inside. RUSE gets 7.5 conniving points out of 10.